It's your girl, Christina Storm, your hostess that does the mostest. Are you ready to laugh, turn up, downright act a fool, baby? Well, sit back and get ready because Loose Rock starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hey, 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 what's up? It's your girl, Christina Storm. Yes, it is. This is week 7 and episode 7 of season 1 of Loose Rap. How are you all doing tonight? Or today, depending on what time zone you're in. I thank you all for tuning in. So let's get into it. Like I said, this is Loose Rap season 1, episode 7. I'm so glad that we've gotten this far, and I'm just glad that everybody who's still watching, who's still into it, who's still enjoying it. So let's get right into it. We're getting into Tea on the Street. If you don't know what Tea on the Street is, Tea on the Street is anything dealing with the DMV, anything going on in the world like COVID-19. One of the biggest issues that we have going on, and the civil rights movement that we have currently going on is one of the biggest ones that we have so far. And I'm praying and I hope and I feel in my gut that this will be the time for change that we've been all looking for. I think because of the generation that is fighting it, and everyone's just tired. So let's get right into it. Tea on the Street. June 12, 2020, singer Monica has, I guess she's basically announced that she's dating NBA legend Allen Iverson. I'm shocked. I'm very shocked. I'm excited too. I'm like, whoa. Like Allen Iverson, like we haven't seen him in a minute. I mean, like we see him on Instagram and, probably hear bits and pieces of here and there, especially when Kobe Bryant passed away with his daughter. But we haven't heard much from him. Like Kobe Bryant is a legend, but to me, especially growing up with him and seeing him and his story and learning more about him, and actually just he been one of my favorite NBA players, and I'm definitely not a big NBA person, but Allen Iverson to come out the blue. This is amazing to me, honestly, because everybody know that Allen Iverson knows a lot of the people, especially people from the 90s. So it says that she basically confirmed the rumors that's been going on for months now. Maybe it probably been going on longer than that, but for months now, that from sharing videos on Instagram. And as you know, everything on Instagram is not real, but when you see something where you hear a rumor, you kind of be like, okay, we're not going to go ahead and go into that. We're going to be like, bitch, what's really going on? So, and I know her fans probably was like, what's really going on? Especially if she did any lives. I don't know if Monica do lives. And I have her on my Instagram, so I don't really see her do a lot of lives. But I do see her on the show, T.I. Friends and Family Hustle. And it was confirmed by her IG, by photos and the type of photos that was on there, that she actually is dating Allen Iverson. It says she says even for her divorce being finalized, it's kind of weird for her to be. She feels like it's kind of weird for her to be celebrating her divorce. Bitch, I'm gonna tell you this: all the shit that was going on in your marriage that you didn't know about, and all the shit that you did know about going on, and you try to be a woman about it and be a lady about it. You need to celebrate. You definitely need to celebrate because I mean, and I'm not gonna say you did it like, how can I say? I can't say that you did it. Like when I say you did it, you held your man down. You sat there and did everything that a married woman was supposed to do, even when he was doing his stupid shit. And you deserve this. You deserve this time to celebrate. I can't say celebrate your divorce because nothing is good about getting divorced. Period. You know what I'm saying? You go into getting married thinking that you're going to stay together for the long haul. Well, I hope that's what most people go into marriage for. I'm not getting married until I know for a fact that person is the one, and that he's shown me he's the one. If he does not show me, and I mean in every way possible that he's the one, we just not get married. I don't care if he proposed to me on the knee. I'm gonna be like the girls in Love and Hip Hop. Hey, dude, I can't do it. If I gotta explain why, it may hurt your feelings, but I mean, like, I'm just being honest. I can't see myself going down the aisle with somebody that I do not honestly feel in my spirit that he's the one. And I feel in her situation, she did feel like he was the one. Their relationship was very public, you know what I'm saying? And then like he was a handsome man, but my thing is like just because you handsome and you public and everything, and you honestly I didn't feel like he was more famous than Monica. I felt like Monica was more famous than him, but he did his thing, he did his dirt, and she just feels weird about it, and she says that she feels weird about it because one, she doesn't feel it's something that needs to be celebrated, but also because it's a divorce. That means that she is real to her. It's something that she deals with on a daily basis, even though it's over with. She feels like it was a failure. Monica, it wasn't a failure. I can't say what you didn't do or what you did do to contribute to it because everybody contributes to their relationship getting broken, even if it's not the bad part of it. Sometimes it'd be just that you allow shit to happen instead of saying no, or you saying I don't like this, or just walking away for a little bit. You still contribute to it some way, shape, or form, or you could just been putting too much pressure on a person and they found somebody that wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So everybody in their own way contributes to it, or you just being stupid and just ain't want to pay attention to stuff. So I feel like she has the right to it, but to each their own. I'm excited about this one because of the fact that Allen Iverson, we seen him go through the good, the bad. We seen him actually show his ass and then grow up. You know what I'm saying? And I think now is the perfect time for that. Plus, you know what I'm saying? They've been friends for years. From what was been told by somebody, that they've been friends for years. Who's to say that? You know what I'm saying? That they didn't like each other prior to her and her husband getting together, but they were friends. They didn't want to cross that line, and maybe maybe it was meant for it to happen like that. So I commend you on what's going on. I think you should celebrate. I don't think you should celebrate the divorce, but I think that you should celebrate you being a woman and you being free from the bullshit that you had to deal with in your divorce. So Monica, kudos to you. And the man's fine. He's still fine even to this day. He got a little extra meat on him now, but he's still fine to this day. You know what I'm saying? He's a fine ass man. And he's a good basketball player. So, you know, he's a man's man. So who wouldn't want him? You know what I'm saying? Shit. Get him, girl. Get him. Shoot them hoops, baby. Make a new Love and Basketball movie. June 11, 2020, on Metro.com, Black Lives Matter protester tested positive for coronavirus after rally of 10,000 people. I'm not surprised. I said that shit was going to happen anyway. I said that it wasn't going to be one. I said it was going to be multiple people that was going to get it, because you sit there and look at them rallies. I'm going to say 50% of people that I see in the pictures and things like that. Sorry, y'all. My camera was about to fall over, so I had to catch her. Not my camera, but my radio for the iPod, iCast was going to fall over, so I had to catch her before she acted stupid, and I got to fix her. I don't know what's going on. I had technical difficulties. But I definitely feel that it was going to happen. But this is a man in Sydney, Australia, during a Black Lives Matter protest march through the city that prior Saturday, and developed the COVID-19 symptoms less than 24 hours later, lighting a fire to speculation and the peak of the infection. And I can't even say infection, it's a disease. The disease in the community of Sydney, Australia. As his authorities feared the man had fear, and the man's in his 30s and could pass the disease to other people, and have passed the disease to other people that were in the Black Lives Matter march during that time that they did the march. It says even with him having a mask on, it's, you know what I'm saying, everybody know it's still I'm gonna say 100% chance that you can get it, especially if you're around a person too long. This is the state of Victoria's Chief Health Officer, Britt Stanton, states that it's highly unlikely that he caught the bug in the protest. And I believe that because like the symptoms are something that you kind of, they small, and it's something that had to gradually happen to him for him to fall out, or whatever the case may be, that what happened during the protest, for them to know that he was he had contracted the disease. It says that he wouldn't have shown symptoms so soon after the protest, which I believe. It says anyone who had close contact with him, the protester, with them for 15 minutes or more, was said to was asked to be in self isolation under Australia's contract of their tracing system. I don't understand how that's possible when you don't know how many people that man's been in contact with. Not only that, like, it's a protest. It had 10,000 people. And who's to say the number that they had for the protest wasn't even right? It could have been more than 10,000 people. And I believe so. Because these Black Lives movements, their group alone has a lot of people. So I truly do believe that it was more than just 10,000 people. Not only that, but 15 minutes. If they was out there majority of the day, and that man was out there when they started, I believe that multiple people, a few hundred people got infected. They may not have symptoms, they might not ever have symptoms, but it's within their system itself, within their body and in their bloodstream and everything themselves. And I do definitely believe that it could have been avoided, because I believe that this person, if especially with it being said that and being known that he couldn't have contracted it just that day because the symptoms wasn't showing up. I believe this person knew they had it. I don't care. I may be wrong, and y'all may not like what I say, but I believe this person knew that they had it and did not care because their passion was so forthcoming with the Black Lives Matter movement and the Civil Rights movement, whatever the case may be. I want to get on the Black Lives Matter movement, but I can't do it like I want to because this is not the topic. This is not the show for it, but I will. But I believe that he knew already. I believe that he just took that chance because of the fact that he wanted to be a part of the protest and wanted to show his support. But I think it was wrong. Dude, you was wrong, period. Like, you knew you had symptoms, and even if you didn't know it was the COVID-19, you should set your ass home. All of the motherfuckers did not have masks on, and you seen that. You know what I'm saying? And you continue to keep walking. To me, that was just a wrong move. You basically didn't care about it. You cared about your care was in the right place, but you did not care about the people that were there. If it was me, I personally feel like the person should have some kind of repercussion. I ain't saying he'd be locked up or whatever, but I feel like because of the fact that he had symptoms and he had to know, there's no way in the world you didn't know you was sniffling, you was coughing, you had a dry throat, you had upper respiratory problems or whatever the case may be, that your ass was not supposed to sit in the house. You could have supported Black Lives Matter after you found out what was going on. And if you found out that it was COVID-19, then there should have been, it was ways for you to still support the Black Lives movement or the Civil Rights movement that's currently going on. It was just a dumb move, and I hope that they find everybody. I hope nobody got it, but it's a very high chance that somebody did. It stated 15 minutes in contact with this person. That doesn't mean you physically got to be in contact with this person. You just had to be close enough to breathe the same. You was in the same proximity and the same circumference of this person. So when they breathed air or when they coughed or whatever the case may be, and they sat there and said, "Oh, it's just that I can't breathe with the mask on," because that is true. You could have got it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel bad for the people that wind up contracting it and did not deserve that. I feel bad for the person because you are publicized, but you made yourself a negative public figure when you decided to walk your ass to the Black Lives Matter movement in Australia, knowing that Australia really they thought that they was dying down with the cases. You just caused a increase in the cases, and a lot of these people are not going to know because a lot of these people. We are scared to go to the hospital now because the first thing that we think when we call for a sneeze is not the allergy, it's not our allergies, it's not dust, it's not something that we ate. You know what I'm saying? The first thing most people are thinking now is the coronavirus. So I think that was dumb. I'm not going to read him for filth because I understand, but I just feel like you was irresponsible. I think it was very irresponsible for you. And then the fact that this is Australia. People travel. Who's to say people didn't travel from the United States? Because I do believe they're still allowing people to travel because you see the famous people traveling. I have family members that still travel. So I implore everybody to be safe out here. Clean your ass. Wash your hands. Wash your face. Do not touch your face after you done touch surfaces. Make sure you keep hand sanitizer on you. Make sure you wear your mask. It's one thing to take it down to breathe for a few seconds, but you still risk doing it. I do it when I'm at work, but it be so hot under the mask, and I totally understand why everybody is not comfortable wearing a mask all day, but you have to. We're trying to get this thing under control. It cannot be under containment because I'm gonna say it again. It's population control. I believe that certain things that we eat, it can be in. You know what I'm saying? I believe that certain vaccines, it is definitely in. And I feel that when the winter comes and the heat isn't even fully here yet, y'all. We are still in spring weather. So we have to be careful. And my phone is still acting stupid. I don't know why. But we are still in spring weather for real. We still getting out May showers and things of that nature. So you have to be really careful and be and conscious of what you do, how you do it, and everything, and just be safe out here, especially with our kids, our children, with our elderly, and especially at these protests. I understand you want to protest, but there is a way to do it, especially when you know you have some kind of symptoms. It may not be COVID-19, but you have ways. June 11, 2020, in Washington Times, DC Mirror is now getting sued or possibly being sued for Black Lives Matter painted on the streets nearby the White House. I think it's the stupidest thing that I heard. But I'm gonna say this. I think she was very smart and methodical about what she did. I really appreciate her for doing it, but it was a dangerous move for you. It says that a group of activists have sued DC Mayor Marion Browser this week over her decision to paint the Black Lives Matter down two blocks from 16th Street in DC, which led right down near the White House. Saying that she violated the First Amendment right to and show favoritism to a coat that is black, the coat that is Black Matters movement. It says the lawsuit went to the federal courts, and the decision to rename a nearby street the Black Lives Matter Plaza came at the taxpayers' expenses, but showed a preference towards one faith or belief over the other. It says basically, if you don't know what the First Amendment is, it says it prevents the government from making it basically prevents the government from making any like drastic changes or laws or anything that will affect religion or prohibit the free expression of a religion at large, basically. And I think that this is what I feel, and I'm just being honest. I feel that it was the racists. I feel like it was the KKK, and this is activists. So I'm like, if it's an activist, then it got to be a group just like Black Lives Matter. I feel like it's the KKK. It could be any racist group that's out there that's white, and I do understand what you're saying, but to sue somebody because they're doing exactly what you all do, the only difference is that she's on a higher position and she's in the government. Like, y'all do this shit every day. Y'all sit there and proclamize and blow up y'all things and put your flags up and spray shit on walls and get on your videos and say white lives matter and all this other shit. But the moment somebody do it empowered as black and that can make a change, you get upset. I think, but I will say this: I do think she did this shit because she knows she on the verge of getting put out. I will say I never really liked Marion Browser, and then I was born in DC. You know what I'm saying, so I can say this: I did not like Marion Browser at first, and half of me still doesn't, because I think she has some very fake ways. I think that when she first came on, she was not ready. I still don't think that she's ready to handle the position as mayor. She was never able to do an interview up until now, and she's still not all that good with doing it. I think she did this. My personal opinion that she did do it because she has a daughter now. I do feel like she understands more now having a young daughter and realize that, bitch, you not white. you may have a lot of white friends, you may have some privileges, but you're not white, and they're definitely showing you this shit now. It's just that, you know what I'm saying, it's coming on of a massive scale, and you don't know how to deal with it, and you don't know how to explain to your young daughter what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because outside of you being able to explain to her what racism is, and I guess how to deal with it, and I can't say cope with it because nobody should have to cope with it, but how to live her life and move through life, trying to abolish and to better herself as she gets older. You know, with racism still currently in our country and in our world. You did this for some votes. I really do. I do feel like you have passion towards being black now, but I don't feel like the move that you made initially when you decided to do this was for the right reasons. I think after you start saying that these motherfuckers ain't care about you and they was talking all kinds of shit about you and shit got real in DC, that's when it clicked in your head, which I'm glad that it finally did. So, bitch, I don't feel like you should be sued, but I do understand. We have the First Amendment, but I think honestly, and I would say this, I think that all of the amendments need to be changed because they favor the Caucasian persuasion. I mean, let's be honest. All of the amendments and a lot of our laws in our country cater to the Caucasian persuasion, and I have Caucasian friends. I know some Caucasians, and I don't feel that I'm racist by any long shot, but I am at fault of saying some racist things, and nobody can say that they aren't. But I do feel that a lot of our laws and our law enforcement are catered to the Caucasian persuasion in this country. But I do think it's stupid that you. How dare you call the Black Lives Matter a cult movement when white supremacy is nothing but a cult movement? You have so many groups as a cult, and how can you call it a cult when Black Lives Matter does not have one individual controlling everybody? You know what I'm saying? And they're not controlling everybody. I will say this while I'm on it. Black Lives Matter movement only do things when they feel it's beneficial to them. Y'all, I know there's a lot of people out here that hate me saying that, but it is true. Like, only time Black Lives Matters come in is when they want to escalate shit to the extreme. This is the perfect time for that. But everything that deals with Black Lives Matter movement, it just like with the men's deaths, George Floyd's death, it turned from focusing on the racism in George Floyd to a Black Lives thing. After a while, it just stirred off of George Floyd and all of the craziness and all the racism and the stupid ass racist president that we have and the things that he allowed to happen and allowing the police department and things of that nature to do, and to focusing on all Black Lives Matter. If you look at everything that's going on with Black Lives Matter, it's a rare occasion now where you see anything of them focusing on why they started. Their original reason for starting was supposedly to bring light to racism and to bring light to the deaths of these black men and black women and the craziness that's going on in our country. Now it's about publicity. You know what I'm saying? And I think that you can't, I think it's wrong, period. I totally think it's wrong. I think that Black Lives Matter has good intentions, but y'all need to stop worrying about the damn publicity and the TV and worry about making these moves. I will say this, y'all have catapulted things to a level where they are starting to see us, but a lot of the people in the Black Lives Matter movement, I feel like half of them are wanting to do positive protesting, but the other half, they want to just tear shit up and don't give a fuck. And that's how they want to protest. And it's similar to how the difference between Martin Luther King's protest was compared to Malcolm X. But in the same token, I do understand both sides when it comes down to how they want to protest, because sometimes you just have to kick down some doors and smack some chicks, like Monica said. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you gotta, You can't be doing that though. You can't be fucking up your hair and everything. But you gotta do the windmill. You know what I'm saying? Like T.S. Madison said, you gotta do the windmill. Like, come on now, you gotta fuck them up. But the publicity should only be focused on your goal and what it's about, not about the Black Lives Matter movement. So get over yourselves. Really get over yourselves. Excuse me. June 16th, 2020, on BET.com, 3 black men found hanging sparks cause for a lynching investigation. Why now do you want to investigate some shit that's been going on for years? And it's not just back in the 1800s, 1700s. This shit been going on in the 70s, the 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and up until now. It's just that now you're getting scared. Now you have to pull those cases out that you didn't want to work on. You know what I'm saying? Because you already closed them because you put some lies in the shit. You know what I'm saying? This occurrence happened in New York City in the Bronx. It says resident Dominic Alexander, 27, was found dead near the Hudson River in Upper Manhattan by a passerby on a pedestrian passing by the area on June 9th. People on social media are comparing his deaths to Robert Fuller's and Malcolm Hart. I think his name is Hirsch, and the two black men found hanging 50 miles apart in California on June 12th and May 31st. I just had a picture of that in my head, and the movies don't give you that graphic and the gruesome energy and feel that you think about when somebody, you have to be cold-hearted and dark-spirited to do some shit like that. Like, come on now, you literally wrap a rope, knowing what's going to happen to somebody. You literally wrap a rope around somebody, and it says, according to Victorville Daily Press, it says community members confronted the city itself, the city officials and the city itself at the continuous news briefing on Friday, asking who they were quick to label as death by suicide. They were saying basically the people that was found hung committed suicide. Like, how can you say? I know people do it, but in the gruesome way that these men have died, this wasn't no suicide. There was no evidence of suicide. So how can you say this was suicide? And it says the community members. That means the people in this city and in this state are demanding an independent autopsy. Because as we know, the police departments everywhere going to find some bullshit to mix and match and bubble up in their cauldrons and just say that some bullshit, say it's a homicide, say that they was beefing with somebody, or you know what I'm saying, that they caused the problem and this is the result. How the fuck do you cause yourself to get hung? Really think about it. How do you cause yourself to get hung? That's just like we go outside. We don't, black people, Indian people, Asian people, purple people, do not go out here to just be wanting to get discriminated on. Gay people don't go outside and expect a straight man to come and beat their ass because they're gay. Black people don't go outside to think that they're going to be called slurs or get spit on, or you know what I'm saying, get cut up like Joe Jackson's granddaughter. Nobody expects this shit. Nobody wants this shit. You know what I'm saying? So why would you sit there and say it's suicide, especially with everything going on and everything that you know goes on in this country? We have to do better. And we have to make people accountable for their bullshit and make people accountable for the fact that maybe some are uneducated on things, and some because of the fact that our country is taught to hide things that are the truth. That's why a lot. That's why you can't trust a lot of fucking people in this, and not just in this country, but just in this world, because this world is built on hiding truths and holding on to negativity, holding on to negative things and keeping the negative things stirring, because it's the only way to keep control of a group of people or a group. It's sad. It's definitely sad. It's really, really sad that we can't get this shit together. Racism been around for years, but it's also been people around for years and millennia and centuries that dislike it. How come we can't get it together? Like, we all bleed the same blood. I can't say the same blood, but we all bleed the same color. We breathe the same air. We all have the same mind. It's just that, do we all use it the same way? No. You know what I'm saying? And part of it is because the education is, part of it is because, we accept in certain cultures, we accept certain things to be the norm, and nothing is normal. Nothing should be ever considered normal, because there's always a boundary that can be pushed. There's always something that you can do to make things better. And anybody that tells you otherwise is on bullshit. They really are. They really are. It's sad. I put my condolences go out to the families that are dealing with this, because, and the communities, because I can't imagine waking up to hear some stuff like that. It's just, I just can't. I can't imagine to hear like one of my uncles or my cousins or my sister or my brothers or my friends. I wake up and hear that they've been hung. How can you take that in? This is some shit that you see in a movie. This is some shit that you know what I'm saying? Because we ourselves didn't have to we ourselves didn't have to deal with this on a daily basis or hourly basis. This ain't nothing new to us, but it's mind blowing to think that we still so far in the past when it comes down to things. It's sad. It kind of it sucks the energy out of you when you think about stuff like this, but you have to, because it opens your eyes to the bullshit that's going on in our country. June 17, 2020, Ancient Mama's brand, if you don't know who Ancient Mama is, you ain't had no pancakes. Ancient Mama brand to change name and to remove iconic image of Quaker that Quaker has created, since it's based off a racial stereotype. Honey, I'ma say this before I even get started. I know the shit was based off a racist stereotype. I just thought her name was Ancient Mama, and somebody liked her enough back in the day to give her own brand or put her on the brand. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think anything of it. The syrup good as shit, and I ate it with pancakes and my cereals and all that stuff. But this is Ancient Mama has been around for 130 years. I did not know that. I just found it out. It's 130 year old brand. It features, if you don't know, it features an elderly black woman named Ancient Mama, who originally dressed in as a minstrel character. And it says, due to the blunt and growing criticisms that are stated on multiple platforms and about the brand itself, it says it perpetuates a racial stereotype and is dated back to the days of slavery. The company has basically made a decision to take the whole brand and change it around. Not the syrup itself, but the actual look of the bottle, the advertising, the photo of the elderly black woman, and the name, because yet again, without knowing, honestly, a lot of us probably didn't know the Ancient Mama was based off of they were trying to be funny and be racist. I never knew that. I just believe, I say Ancient Mama. Ain't your mama. I don't say ain't. We say ain't your mama or ain't your mama, sir. But it's Jenmama, sir. It's Aunt Jenmama. It's supposed to be Aunt Jenmama, but you know, black folks, you know, we say how we say it. It's Ain't Your Mama. What you got the Ain't Your Mama, sir? You got that good old Ain't Your Mama, sir. And nobody wants to like. Nobody wants to like Ain't Your Mama, sir. Like Ain't Your Mama, sir. Ain't Your Mama, sir. It ain't your mama, sir. That's just like you getting your mama biscuits. You don't want your mother's biscuits. You want the mama biscuits. You know what I'm saying? You want the mama biscuits that your grandmother made with the flour, with the butter and yeast and everything. And the flour, I'm sorry, not yeast, but flour, your butter, and you know the baking powder, and you put it in the oven. You butter that thing down about 20 times, and you bite into it. It's nice and moist and everything. But they changing the brand. I don't like that idea. I think it should stay the same. I think people making it bigger than what it is. I do understand that now that it's said that it was a racial thing. I understand it, but I think that after so long, 130 years, it's not gonna change the way it tastes. You know what I'm saying? And then too, like she's iconic. Like it was no negativity towards it until now. Like we would have never known. And I kind of like the fact. Maybe I'm stupid for saying it, but I did like the fact that I did not know it was based off a racial thing. I just thought that you know what I'm saying. Finally, you know what I'm saying, that they allowed the black woman on the bottle, and then too they modeled the bottle after a black woman. Like I thought they was trying to praise us, but lo and behold, they was being some sneaky motherfuckers. I guess the owner at the time that started it, that's not the owner now and the CEO now, had other plans. So don't change it too much, please. I'd rather you have honestly with all the damn cartoons y'all got out here. You really think anybody really care about Ancient Mama changing their brand? Keep the shit the same. Ain't nobody upset about you saying ain't your mom. As much as black people say ain't your mama in the house, ain't your mama gonna beat your ass for being outside after the lights come on. Shit, white people say ain't your mama. Sometimes they be wanting to say, isn't your mother gonna beat your ass when you get home? No, bitch, no. When they upset, I know, guarantee you, they say, ain't your mama gonna beat your motherfucking ass when you get in the house? Especially if the child, one of them children that piss you off all the damn time and just do shit to piss you off. You know what I'm saying? Ain't your mama about to beat your ass when you get in the house? Ain't your mama. Keep ain't your mama. Because I want to say, where my ain't your mama, sir? Where is she? Ain't your mama. I think the brand is perfect. Why change it? Because now the Black Lives Matter movement party said some shit, or you know what I'm saying, somebody just got in their head that okay, it's a racist thing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it was, but the brand itself now is not a racist thing. Even the company itself has stated multiple times that they're doing their best to move forward to social equality within their brand and with the people that they choose. So leave Ancient Mama alone. Let Ancient Mama walk on the screen in that little brown bottle and yellow and red, that yellow top, and her little foo-foo dress from back in this, Lord knows how long, 1500s, and let her be. Let her be. Shit, I want to open the top of Ancient Mama head and see her smile at me sometimes and say, Ancient Mama good. Yeah, she good. I need you all the time. I need you, Ancient Mama. I need you, Ancient Mama. Okay, so we're gonna move on to Rainbowology. Rainbowology is our segment that deals with the GLBTQ ABCDD children of the rainbow corn. Any topics related to us, any terms. So the term of the week this week is throwing shade, baby, and this is probably one of my favorite things. I don't do it all the time, but when you piss me off and then I really don't like you, whatever the case may be, you'll see how I throw shade, and it's real smooth. But I had that throwing shade from my grandmother, and she didn't probably know what the fuck throwing shade was, but she threw it so damn good. You think about a couple of years later, and be like, she was like being real shady, but it's okay. When you learn from the best, you know how to do it. But throwing shade, technical term in my term, is a subtle way of disrespecting or ridiculing somebody verbally or non-verbally. Throwing shade is letting a bitch know. It just, like what the fuck? Why is you in my presence? Like you just saying some shit. Like them coming up to you and they be like, "How you doing?" Hi. My throwing shade, I'm gonna sit there right in your face. I did it, and I remember. I'm gonna tell you a story. I think this is probably the worst. This is probably the best shade that I threw, I just knew it was ungenuine when when she was talking to us, but I had a situation. It was a family situation, and we was having the event, and somebody, I guess it was a family friend or whatever the case may be. We were sitting down at a table, and it was a couple. It was some cousins and whatever the case may be at the table, and the lady was a family friend, and she asked, "Who child is you? Who child is you?" Everybody spoke, and then but this person know who you are, but because and then too like this person, let me be honest, she didn't even know that I transitioned, so I'm not gonna give her too much benefit of the doubt. But you know who child I am because you seen me walk through the door and you seen who I was with. But lo and behold, she said, "Who child is you?" She gets to me and I'm like, and I just kept talking. And they started laughing. They was like, "You's an old shady hoe." I said, "No." I said, "How am I shady when she know?" She being funny right now. You know what I'm saying? She said, "Who child is you?" Oh, I said, "Oh, I just sat there." I ain't never answer her. I really didn't. Never. That was me being shy. I was like, yeah. And then this how I knew she knew because she said, She said, "Where's so and so? Where's this person's child at?" When she did that, it took everything in me because now when I'm around my family, I be myself, and a lot of them do not like it, but that's fine. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Because they you know what I'm saying, they know me, but they don't know everything about me. So now that I'm comfortable with myself, I can be myself more around them, and they learning more about me. So there's some things that they see that they don't like, but it's okay because everybody don't have to like everything. You just agree to disagree, as my mother said, agree to disagree. But that situation, it put me in a real like, ooh, like you tried me, and everybody expected me to say something. But I'm gonna be a lady today. I'm gonna be a lady. Be a shady one, but I'm gonna be a lady. But yeah, it's don't push me to be shady towards you. That is your worst thing in the world. And then don't ever push me to the point where I really don't give a fuck about you. Cause shade, the word shade don't even come into existence. It's a whole. You can create a word for the shit that I do when you push my buttons. I'm gonna come up with a word for that because it ain't shady. It's not shady at all. But yeah. There's a third level to there's reading, and there's shade, and then Christina. There's Christina. So our topic for the Rainbowology this week is it came to us, or if you have read this article, it came to us June 8th, 2020 on the print. It says basically in Dubai, there's currently the government is going through a change, and I'm loving this change, and I hope that this change gets mailed out. I don't care if it's pigeon mailed or whatever the case may be, to other countries too. It says free sex reassignment surgery soon to come to government hospitals under new transgender rights rules in New Dubai. In New Dubai, transgender persons who have ran from pillar to post are for genital reconstruction surgeries will soon to be able to get the procedure done for free at the state-run hospitals. It says that so many is so many transgender women, especially in these foreign countries, don't have the resources that we have here as trans women. And even here in the United States, we are kind of limited. We have a lot more freedoms than a lot of other trans women in other countries and in other and in other cultures. Let's be honest. But I'm glad that New Dubai is doing this. It says they will also provide accommodation for schooling by the government, and according to transgender persons according to the Transgender Persons Protection Rights Rules Act of 2020 in New Dubai. We need that here. We need it here in the